Welcome to World Wings International's Parade of Pan Am Uniforms. I'm Joanne Swift, the President Emeritus of World Wings. World Wings has a membership of just over 2,000 worldwide, and we've just returned from our 36th annual convention in Paris. Your models tonight are members of the San Francisco, Seattle, Oakland, and Marin chapters of this very special alumni organization. When Pan Am began passenger service in the 1930s, the cabin was staffed with just male stewards and pursers. I'd like to introduce to you Ted Johnson, who welcomes you aboard the Boeing 314 flying boat. In flight, he served as passengers wearing this snappy and elegant white dinner jacket. The clippers, of course, became a lasting symbol of Pan Am. Ted began his Pan Am career aboard them, and he served in the Naval Reserve during World War II. Ted flew for Pan Am for 41 years. When Pan Am hired its first group of stewardesses in 1944, and the first group of 7 stewardesses were in training, Pan Am actually let them choose the color of their uniform. The Smith Gray Company, designers of the uniform, presented one in gray and one in blue. The heavenly blue one was the unanimous choice. The shade was officially named Tunis Blue after Pan Am's first chief stewardess, Elizabeth Tunis. The skirt had a deep front kick pleat. The hat and overseas cap followed the military style of the pilots' uniforms. Rhonda Rudderman is presenting it now, and she's escorted by Captain Wayne Shockey, whose uniform is based on the uniform of a naval officer. And of course, he wears a white hat that the good guys always wore. The aircraft the women flew on were the Boeing 307 Stratoliner and the Douglas DC-3. In 1952, there was a slight change to the uniform, featuring a gored skirt that is shown by Doreen Goad. The color of the Pan Am uniform remains the same for over 20 years. The luxurious Boeing 377 Stratocruiser was a favorite of passengers and movie stars, with its berths and staircase down to a lower lounge. From 1954 to 1959, this showed little change in the style of the uniform. It remained a classic with a slightly shorter jacket and a straight skirt. Some uniform requirements remained very strict. Hair cut to clear the collar, true red lipstick, and matching nail polish, and girdles. Hang on a second. Always there were white gloves and black ones used in the wintertime. I'd like to introduce to you Irena Lindbeck-Tibbetts, who's wearing the uniform owned by Pauline Glenn, who is in the audience tonight. In 1959, Pan Am ordered the first Boeing 707s and DC-8s and ushered in the age of jet travel. It captured the imagination of people, and they began to dream of traveling to distant and exotic lands. With the advent of the jets, Don Loper designed a new uniform for the women. It was a fitted short jacket with detail on the sleeves and the front of the jacket. The skirt was slim and straight, and once again in the familiar Tunis blue. The addition of white piping changed the overseas cap. Donna Stables is here to model her own uniform from 1961. 1964 brought a change from the classic style. Here's a boxy style jacket and the pillbox hat that's reminiscent of the Jackie Kennedy look. It was also designed by Don Loper. You may recognize this uniform from the movie Catch Me If You Can. I'd like to introduce Susie Palat. You also see the Boeing 727 on the screen. "1969 brought us the 747, the jumbo jet, and the airplane that made everyone's dream of transoceanic travel a reality. The 747 changed the world of aviation forever, and our uniform made a big change as well. This jaunty uniform was designed by Evan Picone and fashioned after a classic English riding habit. The women were now allowed to choose between two colors of suits, with a distinctive bowler derby. The colors were called Superjet Blue and Galaxy Gold." Hang on. One sec. Mr. Picone felt that he designed a uniform of such quality that it would indeed enhance the Pan American image. Shoes and purses up to this time had all been black, and now the accessories changed to tan. This is the early 1970s, as you can see by the length of the skirts. I'd like to introduce Diane Nolan, who's wearing the Galaxy Gold uniform, and Liz Turlington in the Superjet Blue. "1971 to 75, the uniform was modified, and so was our title. The uniform had a longer jacket and flared skirts, and we were now referred to as flight attendants. Boots were an option, and the uniform also had the extra flair of an optional reversible cape, as Joyce Fogerland, in her own uniform, and Mary DeVries are now demonstrating to you. "1975 to 1980 brought yet another major uniform change to Pan Am. It was slacks. There were two colors of the uniform, bright blue and navy, and for the first time, hats and gloves were optional. The hat that Edith Head designed for this uniform was very stylish. Accessories were navy with a colorful red, white, and blue scarf. There were numerous options from which to choose, including an in-flight sweater. Please enjoy some of the variations of this uniform as demonstrated by, who's going to go first? Jan Bulke, who's modeling the sweater. Let me go, Pam. Okay, and Pam Taylor, who's modeling the slacks. Hildur Kirchdorfer is modeling the navy blue version of this uniform. And last but not least, we have Ululani Young. Thank you, ladies. Adolfo designed Pan Am's final uniform. This was worn from 1980 to 1991. Again, it's a classic suit with several options, including a design award dress that was used in the warmer climates. The color choices were navy, white, and a light gray blue. There were 2 styles of hat, a Scotty and a small brimmed hat, and both of these were optional. Bjorg's going to start. She's going to start by modeling the blue version of this uniform. Catherine Kelch is modeling the navy blue version. Annie Husak, wearing the white summer dress. And Amelia Daguerre, modeling the slacks. Point of interest, Adolfo also designed a new uniform for the men, and their uniform had actually been the same since the 1930s. Thanks, ladies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of the Pan American Airways uniforms.